Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today I'm bringing you the unboxing for the game Pendulum. Now this is designed by Travis Jones, art by Robert Lusk, and also this has been coming out by AmassGames. Now time conquers all. There also has an Automa factory here, named after the solo mode, basically the auto mother from the game Viticulture. Now, before I go any further with this, I'll tell you this has been ordered by myself from the website AmassGames. The first one I've actually ordered directly from the website. There are other games I have played by Jamie Stegmaier, who is the co-founder of AmassGames, along with Alan Stone, hence Stone Meyer. That includes the Rolling Realms version 10. If you want to see the full published version, you can find that on the channel. And as you'll notice, Pendulum is not mentioned. But there is another game on here that is, and that is My Little Scythe, which I have played the solo mode, and you can find that out on the channel as well. And you can also find out about Charterstone, which will be coming soon to the channel, yet to be played. So aside from that, we are back to Pendulum. So as I said, time conquers all. We're going to have a look inside, but as per always, when I do the teaser trailer unboxing videos, it's interesting to see the weight and obviously how much it's going to be when I cycle and demonstrate and play these games at all these different locations. Now I do have the 4K camera set up slightly differently here, and the weight here is 2,030 grams. Of course, without any kind of punch boards, I imagine that being a little lighter. So this was the most highest rated prototype of a Stonemaier game when obviously it was being rated as a prototype. And inside here we do have a game board, one council board, 5 player mats which are double-sided. We have one punch board, one timer track board, which can be optional in play, and also one rulebook. Now, if you are liking these comments and videos, by all means, please do add your own comments. Also, of course, subscribe and like to the channel. And lastly, if you find it of interest, you might want to check out the description where you can follow along on Instagram. Over 2,200 photographs, including numerous, obviously, in the Stonemaier family, as well as, of course, supporting via Patreon. Now, you might also be interested in further stuff, maybe by AmassGames, and also further unboxings, which are basically a chance to see what's coming soon to the channel. And already you have that quality feel, very much the linen feel you get from Panda Publishing when you're looking to obviously get a nice quality rulebook like the game Wingspan. So we have various things in the box here, and if you do want to see other unboxings, you can check out the playlist. That playlist will include other things coming to the channel and things now having how to set up, play and review. If you want to see games under the How to Set Up, Play and Review, there's another playlist for that. Solo playthroughs you can find there too, and other playlists as well. So there's plenty to see, whether you're interested in Marvel, whether you're interested in co-op games, into detective games, into solo games, etc. So numerous things in here. Elite Troops. As per always, I tend to struggle sometimes opening these, but this thankfully has been actually quite an easy job to do. Let's have a guess what kind of density and thickness these cards are. Get this open. So inside here we have, okay, so some flex on that, I would say under 300 GSM, linen finish though, and numerous cards to go through, lots of text to discuss. Okay, we have numerous timers, so in this particular game time is an element. There's another game that I've yet to bring you, which is the sequel to Thebes, whereby time is also an element. Another game which has that too is Anachrony. So Jamie is well known for being really impressed with so many other games such as Kemet and other games such as, well, for example, the game Scythe has been partially inspired by the game that and also by the game Terra Mystica. So we have these interesting sized cards here and inside Castellat. I'm curious about these because I know that Tapestry also has square cards. I've only played Tapestry online presently on Board Game Arena. I have 63 videos currently most favorited on there, so you can check out numerous ones there. And as expected, these are also linen finish cards. Now, speaking about My Little Scythe, just whilst I go through this, I wasn't able to order the expansion, Pie in the Sky, which I'm very keen to try out and bring to you. But as I said, as it's out of stock, I wasn't able to do that. Whereas Pendulum is one of only 2 games I've yet to play in the My Little Scythe, in the AmassGames family of games so far. The other one being Red Rising, which has had its name changed since one version of Rolling Realms came out. So over here, we've got these cards, we've got these lavender, lovely looking chips here. I will talk to you about the theme in a moment. Let's have a quick look through some of these cubes as well. So, as I said, this hasn't been designed by Jamie. The last game I recall, and the only other game I think designed, which hasn't been designed aside from maybe My Little Scythe, which is a reimplementation, is the game Wingspan, which is extremely highly rated. And as you may have seen, it has been featured in what used to have a third of the population in the UK watching it, and that is the TV show since 1960 called Coronation Street, a soap opera. So there was no endorsement other than the fact that they reached out, contacted AmassGames and said, look, we would like to have your game mentioned if that's okay, and they were even mentioned in the dialogue. So let's have a look at these boards and see what's inside here. Interesting concept. I do like using resource and various methods of resource. Having played Cloud Age yesterday, it was fun to see the various ways in which cards can be a resource. Resource tokens, such as water, can be a resource as well, and metal. Yep, more linen finish cards here. I think that's just for protection. And as you may know, if you happen to double side things like this, it keeps them a lot more stable and not warped. Let's have a quick look through this reference guide. Now this seems to be a game which does involve a board. 95% of games that I have played do not have a board. I think the majority of, if not all AmassGames actually do have a board. So that's a very interesting kind of a bit of analysis. So yeah, this will be coming soon. There's many other games already in the pipeline in terms of scheduling. So don't expect to get a review immediately, but by all means, of course, hopefully you will find this of interest. And I will be doing a comparison of all the AmassGames I've played to date, which I may well wait until I do Rolling Realms as an example. So let's talk to you more about this theme. So as I said, it came out in 2020. It's designed by Travis, and like I said, it's been popular enough that Jamie really wants to put this to his name, or of course Alan and Joe and everyone else. It takes around 60 to 90 minutes, and the key concept here is time is the most precious resource as you attempt to rule Dunya, which I hope I've pronounced that correctly. So each player is a powerful, unique noble vying to succeed the timeless king as a true ruler of Dunya, and players will command their workers, execute stratagems, and expand the provinces in their domain in real time to gain resources and move up the 4 victory tracks. Power, prestige, popularity, and legendary achievements are all of those victory tracks. Players must also use actual time as a resource in managing their strategy to beat their opponents, using time on different actions and balancing it with time planning and analysis. The winner will be the player who manages to invest their time most effectively and who builds the best engine, not the player who acts the quickest. So in terms of this game, it's also been nominated in 2020 for the Golden Geek Most Innovative Board Game nominee. Another game actually, of course, which naturally has time as an element, and other games on the channel including Kitchen Rush. And there are I guess, abstract strategy games in the GIF series, which I think is called Tamsk, which also has this ability whereby you're using time as a way of doing something. This looks very much like a first player marker, but let's have a quick peep through some of these rules. So let's have a look. We have the Automa, so we're going to come back to that, recognizing some names there. Okay, so we have the setup, so a 2-player board, okay, and how that works. And interestingly, I had another note to do with how, ever since I guess Euphoria, how there has been some similarity in the style of the flow of a game by this particular publisher. Quite nice open, almost notes sections you could take here, which is very interesting. Very easy to turn the pages with this linen finish, and a typical 24-page rulebook, as many do have. So let's see what else I was curious to look at, and that was, I think, around where the components were listed, and here we go. Okay, so 1 legendary achievement token, there's this time token used for untimed games. That's handy to have that variant. Okay, so lots to discuss, lots to pack and unpack, and then obviously repack up again. Might be a case that there's some opportunities there to change that around and mitigate it. Maybe based on player, have things moved around. So obviously it's a baggie per player. And yes, this looks basically how I'll be setting that up. So of course, if you want to see how to set up, play and review, which is my thing, having it all in one video, in one take, exactly how I do it in person, please, of course, let me know your thoughts are. As you can see, I've had a larger table set up in particular in the studio for other games recently. I very much look forward to bringing this to you in due course. I'll also be doing it at all player counts, 2, 3 and 4, and of course a separate video probably for solo mode as well, which I'll get round to once I've been fighting off everybody else who's keen to obviously be playing this and other games multiplayer. So speak to you soon, and thanks for watching.